So it is my pleasure to introduce Marc Markel, a longtime friend and partner of Roy D. Hailey, to discuss and award the inaugural Roy D. Hailey Property Owners Association Law CLE Award for Excellence for today. So Marc.
Thanks, Greg. For those of you who don't know, Roy Hailey, partner in Roberts, Markel, Weinberg, Butler, Hailey, and long time friend, long time competitor, very friendly competitor in the Houston market primarily. He and I would have conversations all the time about just about everything. But when it came to the POA world, education was paramount. He was one of the few who would actually share. And so if you called up Roy and said, Roy, I got a problem, he wouldn't say, well, let me run conflict checks or refer the client to me. He would say, hey, let's sit together, meet and work it out. We would also meet in Austin periodically during contentious legislation sessions, and we would look at each other. And finally, I would say to him for the last 6 years before he became my partner, why don't we merge and quit this nonsense? And finally, he yielded and he came on board. And together, he and I shared the same quest to deliver quality CLE programming for POA. Alongside and pushing us every step of the way was this year's recipient, Sharon. Sharon is a force to be reckoned with, and her agenda for promoting CLE, for POA attorneys in the state of Texas, providing information and exchange of information with POA attorneys in the state of Texas is surpassed by no one. And so if you were to see Sharon in the hallway at a POA seminar, I guarantee you she'll be talking about what is next to help promote the POA world for attorneys in the state of Texas. Not only was the hallway her purview, but also the podium and behind the podium, making those go to the podium when she no longer desired to be there. But on the way, she got a ton of awards from the CLE community, was very much the moving force behind getting POA courses onto an advanced real estate law course and the POA drafting course. And also I don't want to say driving force, I want to say compelling force of developing the POA law specialty with the Texas Board of Legal Specialization. Although a pursuer and pusher, not a participant in the testing process. I respect you for that, Sharon. But Sharon has won numerous awards, and I'm going to go just a few of them. The 2004 Weatherby Workhorse Award, which is awarded to the person who has put in the most sweat over a long period of time. The 2012 Standing Ovation Award from the State Bar team, and a 2019 Lifetime Achievement Award in Real Estate Law. I believe that, Sharon, you're the first POA lawyer to receive that award. If I'm wrong, whoever got it should call me and tell me about that, but I believe she's the first, and I was honored to present that award to her in 2019. Also very proud of, and I'm proud of her for doing this with Roy, the 2010 presentation in which they both got Best Speaker and Best Article. And this is in a general CLE course, which lasted over 3 days and had over 50 speakers. So Sharon, I believe that as the first recipient of the Roy Hailey Award, now known as the Roy, you are the most fitting person to get this. And so I have forwarded to you, and you have before you, the Roy, and it states specifically that you have received the Roy D. Hailey Award for dedication to the advancement of POA legal education. And I was proud to present this to you, and I am proud to present this to you before our audience. And do you have a few words to say?
Yes, I do have a few words to say. First of all, I want to thank the Highland Park City's Toastmasters Club for getting me started speaking in the first place, because back in the 1980s, I was terrified to stand in front of an audience. So they got it all rolling. But I don't know if everybody who's watching this knows that Roy Hailey is no longer with us. He passed in 2015, very unexpectedly, big shock to all of us. And this award, first of all, this crystal is just gorgeous. I know you can't see it in all its glory because of the technology that we're using, but it's almost like a flame of, I think of it as a flame of knowledge, the fire burning for passion for continuing legal education. And it's got designs and multicolors inside of it. It's very heavy and it's just beautiful. So I really want to thank you all. I would not have done as much as I did in CLE if it hadn't been for Roy Hailey. It turned out he was my professional soulmate, and we co-authored papers for about 10 years. And we literally co-authored them. I mean, we talked about every word, every comma, every illustration, everything was a joint effort. And I hope the legacy that we left in the continuing legal education library and online courses will inspire future generations to contribute their knowledge and their experience to continuing legal education for POA lawyers. Thank you. Thank you very much for this award. It's very dear to me, very dear. Thank you.
And Sharon, I'd like to call back memory lane if you would.
Oh dear.
I tried to think of the first time that we really met, not just bumped, but really met. And I believe it was in Houston, Texas, when we were hammering out the Texas Uniform Condominium Act. And you were there and Roy was there and I was there with a group of other core attorneys at the time. And we parsed it out and I got stuck with these 3 sections and you got stuck with these, and we'd get back together and constantly meet until we come to a conclusion. And until that time, we had 4 pages of statutes dealing with the condominium laws. And I'm going to challenge the next generation to step up and fix some of the things that we had right back in the early 80s, but need a little tuning up. And I encourage those who are listening that are of that generation, maybe Greg can get together and put together a group of people for breakfast on a Saturday morning like we did several times, and not just work on that, but work on the other areas of the practice that do need development. I can tell you that after over 40 years of the POA practice, we started with 5 cases that we could look at that weren't from English common law. And now it would take a room to fill up the case law and statutes that we have. So Sharon, congratulations. I look forward to continuing to work with you and to work with the next generation as they take the helm. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you, Sharon, and congratulations.
Thank you.